Michael J, aka Swifty, glad you could join us. Sit back, sit tight, relax and get comfortable. Enjoy the ride. Michael J, aka Swifty, glad you could join us. Sit back, sit tight, relax and get comfortable. Enjoy the ride. Michael J, aka Swifty, glad you could join us. Sit back, sit tight, relax and get comfortable. Enjoy the ride. Okay, Michael J, how you guys doing? It's Saturday morning live. Okay, what we're gonna do this morning, well, depending if you're New York time like I am, we're gonna go in the Prince Ruprecht Tier 9 German battle cruiser. Now, if you've watched any of my videos before, you'll know not overly impressed with the ship. So what I've done, so I looked at, and the main reason why I'm not liking the ship is the main battery guns. You know, I like the heavy cruisers. I like cruisers as a general rule over any other class of ship. But in particular, the battle cruisers. Oh, sorry, heavy cruisers. So with the Ruprecht, I just found, you know, its handling very, very sluggish. Main battery guns, dispersion and damage, very lackluster. So as I've always done, you know, I showcase Sea Lord Mountbatten, Flamu, and Potato Quality quite often because there are varying opinions, and I think it's important for you to see the different perspectives from each different individual. So I looked at Potato Quality's recent one on this, so I've changed the setup on the Ruprecht to a secondary, and I'm an open water guy, main battery gun guy, so this secondary setup is not my style, but based on what I've seen, I think this is the only way I can make this ship work. And I'll go over the different things after, but what we'll do is we'll go in a battle, a random battle with the Ruprecht. Then we'll look at a video from Potato Quality for this ship and then take it from there. So Without much further ado, let's go to the main screen. Any questions, comments, just throw in chat, please. And remember, Bob's your uncle. Yes, he is. So we're going in now. Hold on, folks. I got to do one other adjustment. Otherwise, you're not going to get sound of the game. So just bear with me for a second here. Or 2 or 3. Maybe 15 seconds. Shouldn't take much longer. Okay, I think we got her. Let's go to the main screen. Yeah, that should work now. Okay, so we're just waiting in the queue. It's cue ball time. Oh my. As I said previously, questions, comments, just throw in chat. If you watch this after the stream, just throw it in the comment section. Okay, we got Tier 9 top to bottom, so it's strictly a Tier 9 battle this game. Got 2 destroyers on each side, no aircraft carriers, which is fine by me. And on this map, we're going C, and personally, this is what you want to do with this map anyways, from my experience. Yours may vary.
Action stations.
Action stations. Oh my. Top speed's not great in this ship either. So I've upgraded the hull on it. There's one more upgrade, and that's upgrading the distance on the main gun before you move up to the next tier in this ship, to the Tier 10. I've got HE loaded on this.
Enemy force detected.
Oh, main battery gun, 17.1 kilometer range. We've only got a hit pool of 63,900, which is same as the Tier 8 ship, which just does not make sense, and it's rather lackluster at Tier 9 and 10. So that goes against it, as well as the armor. It bleeds a lot of speed turning. Okay, we got a fire. One of the things I find is it's hard getting fires on this with this thing. It's got a 39% chance. What I've done is put IFHE on it.
Enemy battleship detected.
Certainly helps with the pen, will help with the secondaries, but I'm really, as I said, not much of a secondary build player. And I find the damage lackluster, but with the IFHE, it just seems to improve the... I'm out of range of anybody.
I need help.
Okay, I'm going to start moving to the other side of the map to shore up the other flank. They're going to need help there. We've already got C. And we don't want to get snookered by ships coming for our backside on the other flank. So hopefully these guys don't push at C, they just hold and maintain. That would be the ideal situation.
Of a strategic target.
Dispersion on these main battery guns is pathetic. Oh, I got a good hit on that friggin' Katakazi. Thank you. Well done with the Azumo. Yeah, IFHE seems to help the main battery guns on this as well. And as I've told you, that's my main play style, open water with the IFHE.
Enemy battleship detected. Enemy cruiser detected. Enemy battleship sighted. Enemy cruiser sighted.
Those shells go nowhere, monsieur.
Enemy battleship detected.
Another anomaly I noticed, friend, you know, they go off screen. The friggin' shells do wonky things. Can't hit a rat's ass. Yeah, they float a lot, these shells. Trajectory is very similar to American battleships.
Acknowledged. Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
And it's very vulnerable, the armor on this, compared to the Schlieffen. Big friggin' difference.
Requesting support. Negative.
As you can see, there's the secondaries going to work. I might get a torpedo on the friggin' Jean Barclay. But the Iowa shooting at me. Yeah, got a torpedo in the Jean Bart. Thank
Fire
you.
on the designated target.
I gotta go around this, unfortunately. Not too much I can do, folks. Come on, guns.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Yeah, IFHE helps the main battery guns a great deal on this ship. And the other thing that I found out is better off having your tail pointing towards the enemy than the bow, believe it or not. Can't hit shit from there, pardon the language. Hopefully I can help the allspice a bit here. Come on, buddies, reload.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
Try and get some torps off here.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Okay, we're getting snookered from the other flank, as I expected. Nothing unusual here, folks. What did we get here with this? Close quarters expert, okay. Why nothing hit? Why did nothing friggin' hit? Give me a friggin' break, pals.
Enemy destroyer detected.
Come on, team, shore up the back end here. We don't want to get friggin' sidewinded here. Okie dokie. Okay, got a fire on this bird. Nice. I'll take it, thank you.
ship is on fire!
Come on, Torp, hit this guy. Come on, baby. Come on, we got him. Thank you very much. This is the best damage we've gotten with this shit. Come on, how'd I do that? How did I get turned around like that? Holy moly. Oh well. Ah, come on. Now we're locked on here. Why did that not hit? This thing really does not handle well.
Capture that area.
Acknowledged.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
God, this thing is friggin' slow. Holy moly. Friggin' battle cruiser? Friggin' battle snail. Yeah, this is the only way to make this ship work, by using this type of setup. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Can still do a somewhat open style to a degree. This map's good for this ship. It provides some synergy. Let me know what you think in the comments, chat. Okay, we got them on the run. Providing we don't do anything stupid, we should pull off the win here. We just lost to Jean Bart. That's not good. At least we got the second cap now. Ideally, it'd be best if we can get a third cap. This thing's slow. And trying to maneuver, it just bleeds so much speed. Hopefully the other guys can get that DD, and we can keep these two other ships cornered up in the map. And just, but, you know, just, I don't know, going 31.4, and it seems a lot slower than that, I'll tell you. We should outpoint them, no problem. But our guys are going to have to watch B. They're not. We're going to lose the B cap. This is friggin' amazing. What kind of DD do they have left? Z44. It should outgun that Benham. I better head down there. See if I can help our Benham out, because he's going to go down. Donskoy's moving out of position. Not very smart there, but what are you going to do? That's not going to work. Ah, crap. See what I mean about the dispersion? Just friggin' pathetic. Okay, great. Donskoy took care of him. That's good. We got one ship left, the Iowa. I won't get there. He's way too fast for me. Game will be over before the time I get within gun range. Holy moly. What can you do, folks? So right after this, we're going to go to a video so you can see a comparative. But I do have to tell you, after revising my setup with this ship, this is the only way you can do this ship. Iowa took out
Torpedoes
to
to port.
Georgia. Oh shit, where'd those things come from? It took an awfully long time to get up here. How the frick did that happen? Holy moly. Donskoy's down. Okay, we got it. We got the win. That came a little friggin' close, boys. Okay, managed to get the close quarters expert and the dreadnought, believe it or not. What did we do overall? Number 4. I gotta tell you, I've had a slightly higher, maybe a higher point. I don't know. No, I don't think so. I've had difficulty get this. This is the only way I can play this ship. I've had difficulty making this ship work in any other configuration, but it works in this sense this way. Okay, so we're going to go to the video. Any questions, comments, concerns? Just throw it in chat. And remember, as I said, and I always say, Bob's your uncle. Okay, going to the live screen now.
I went for it. I went and bought myself up to the tier 9 on the new German battlecruiser line. The Prinz Ruprecht is a incredibly good secondary ship. These secondaries are probably the best secondaries I've ever used in the game, including ships like I've featured recently, the Flandre and GK, Pommern, these pretty stereotypically amazing secondary battleships. They don't really compare to this thing, and that really does come down to...
Okay, at the end of this video, pay particular attention to the way he outfits the ship and look at the armor scheme. I've looked at it very closely, and you'll understand where we're coming from with this. So check out the ship build plus the armor setup on this ship, and let us know what you think.
this incredible combination of accuracy and pen, right? So Germans, of course, on their secondaries get a quarter pen, meaning these 105s pen 26 millimeters, I believe, base. And then if you do like I do, and I think most people, you take IFHE, and that'll bump your pen up over 32 millimeters. So you absolutely shred anything that comes into contact with you. And of course, the best thing about this line is the concealment, honestly. Having this 12-kilometer concealment, or I guess 12.2 or 3 on this ship, and a 12-kilometer range on these secondaries, they become your primary armament. I've found the guns to be pretty lacking. I've found their pen and dispersion to be just kind of wonky. They feel pretty low power as far as 406s go. I'd honestly rather have the 380s out of the French battleships. Probably the Italian battleships as well, because these 406s are not good. But the secondaries, right? The secondaries, that's what we got to focus on. And they are good. Unfortunately, this Freddy is stuck bow in to a smoked up rubric. So we're going to just be able to light him up for an incredible amount of secondary damage. We've already activated Lucians, and these secondaries are just insane. I am running a full build for them. I am trying to maximize the secondary output as much as I possibly can, and that definitely includes Lucians. Something that is a little bit odd about these ships that I've noticed is their inability to stop. They seem to be very slippery in the water. It's kind of odd. They don't actually accelerate all that quick either, but they're just really slow to slow down. Now we get ourselves a broadside Moskva, which should be just the freest kill, right? But no, 2 overpens. So inconsistent guns, but you do get these secondaries for sure. And if you do find yourself in a smoke like this, and even if there's a broadside Moskva at 9 kilometers, it's surprising, but the correct play might actually be to not shoot. Just stay dark and continue to use these secondaries. Now the torpedoes on this ship are decent. I've got some pretty hilarious hits or kills every once in a while. You just kind of throw them into open channels and gaps, that kind of thing. They are not really preemptive torps. They're not torps that you're really going to be shooting off at, like, with intentions of hitting anything. It's mainly just, oh, if a ship ends up here eventually, oh, we might get a hit. That is how I've been using them, and they work pretty well for that, honestly. And you can see we just go dark. We can disengage so easily, assuming there's not, you know, stealthy destroyers or cruisers around. This ship is incredibly good at using island cover and maintaining its stealth and getting these secondaries into the fight. It's really good at that. Of course, the trade-off is this very low HP pool. This is the first ship where you're really starting to feel that. Of course, this is arms race. We have 70,000 right now. But once you get into a normal game, you're going to have around 63,000 HP. So at Tier 9, that's starting to hurt a little bit, especially considering the Z10 or the Tier 8 battleship has around the same HP as you. So it's at the 9 and 10 mark, you're starting to feel that lower HP. But secondary damage, 73k, and some fires yet too. So we're getting close to that 100,000 mark, which is honestly a ton of fun out of the secondaries. But again, the main guns are a little bit lacking, right? You have to be okay with that to get this level of secondary power. But given the concealment of this ship, you are able to push into situations that, honestly, I wouldn't feel all that comfortable pushing into with the normal German battleships. Here we managed to nearly make it to this island, this incredibly powerful island outside the ACAP. This is always a difficult position to get into just because you're usually spotted and it's very open until you get to this island. So it's a dangerous thing to try in the normal German battleships or a lot of other ships, honestly. But with these, I just feel so confident to push in because I know that my concealment is going to let me get to places before people even know that I'm going to be there, right? Ships like this Missouri, he's not even got his turrets turned yet for us. So it's really strong. But of course, the downside is that you don't have the armor of something like the Freddy, let's say, or the Pommern, right? You have a much smaller superstructure, which is very nice. That's usually where the German battleships take most of their damage, but you're not as tanky as the regular German battleships. That is for sure. You can still bounce some shells and get some potential damage, but the bow armor and the stern armor being only 27 millimeters means you're going to get overmatched. 30 millimeter icebreaker that's not very big. Yeah, you're taking a lot of pain in this thing. I've noticed that at least when I'm bow in, I take a lot of extra damage. There I was broadside enough. That's fair enough. No turtleback. We're going to eat some citadels for sure when you give broadside. But being at maybe a 25-20 degree angle, bow into someone, I've taken some pretty hefty salvos, 10-15k from other battleships. Even things like Stalingrad's, that kind of thing, are getting huge pens in on me. Of course, torpedoes and hydro are a pretty hilarious combination when DDs try to YOLO you. Yeah, this poor Udalai tries to throw his ship away just to get rid of me, and unfortunately for him, our secondaries are going to take him out. And I'm actually running the rudder shift upgrade on this ship, and that allows us to dodge a lot of torpedoes. This ship has, I think, an even worse torpedo build than the normal German battleships. I actually haven't looked into it, but even if it is better or similar, you have just so much less HP that every torpedo hit just feels that much worse. We get the ultimate RNG salvo on the Buffalo, where everything misses but a single citadel. So we'll take it, but at the same time, it's like, really? We missed that many shells? This is an incredibly dumb push, right? This is like, the Udaloy forced us out of the position we wanted to be in, right? That's a very strong island to hold. But now we're in the middle of the open, facing off against a Missouri and an Iowa. Of course, they overmatch us in quite a few different areas. And all the ships south of A are able to shoot at us as well. We're taking a lot of damage here. And yet, we're still looking all right. This Missouri is taking some serious pain from our secondaries. And assuming our team is able to put some real work into these guys as they try and kill me, I might actually be able to go dark here. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm considering that I have a 12-kilometer detect, 12.2, whatever it is. But we actually are very, very close to being undetected. And that's why I'm not going to shoot here. I don't think it's worth it to shoot at this guy and get that 20-second debuff when these torpedoes look like they're pretty good on target for this Iowa. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping to be able to go dark here and get away with at least a little bit of HP. And he goes down to the torps. We do get a fire on us. Torpedoes coming. They actually run out. So we get very lucky there that they run out. And we're actually still dark. Even with this fire on us, there is nothing able to spot us. That is the value of this incredible concealment and secondary range. You can leave your secondaries on something to try and finish them off, and then because you're not getting that debuff from shooting to your concealment, as soon as they die, you can actually go dark and just slip away. It's really cool. There's a lot of thought that goes into brawling in this ship, right? When you brawl in a Kurfürst or something like a Freddy, the normal German battleship line, it's more, okay, can I go in now and be spotted and shot at a whole bunch without, and get some damage and do some work before I die? Whereas these ships feel a little bit more like hit and run ships, where you take a really bursty engagement with these secondaries and torpedoes, and then you just try and go dark. Of course, the guns can, you know, if you get very lucky, work, but that's like the only salvo I've ever had that's done that damage like that. So again, Battleship, it's full of RNG, right? We expect that. But this is a very fun ship and a very fun line as I've gotten used to it. I was very frustrated with the armor and the lack of tankiness at first, but as I'm learning how to play this more hit and run style and use the concealment, use the strengths of the ship, it's just only gotten better and more fun for me. So definitely a great line to go up once it gets released next month. For those of you that are waiting for it, this is a lot of fun. It's a very different playstyle as far as the brawling is concerned than the normal German line, but I think that's a good thing. This ship really is a ton of fun to play, and this right here is the build that I'm running on it. I don't know if it's quite the right one, but it very much is all in on these secondaries, getting the extra range, damage, and reload on them as much as we possibly can. The accuracy, of course, is very important. I'm taking Emergency Repair Expert over Fire Prevention, and that's because we have the fast acting damage controls. I didn't really talk about this, but it really does allow you to push in and feel confident in using your damage control, right? You're not having that 80-second reload to get it back again, of course. You get a much shorter cooldown. I believe it's around 40 seconds or so. And of course, concealment, getting us that awesome 12.2 kilometer detect with these 12-kilometer secondaries. Very, very fun to have that extra, that instantaneous secondary power as soon as you get spotted by a large ship. Of course, you can get spotted by destroyers or smaller cruisers without them getting detected. So then your secondaries won't work and you'll be detected. But you run into a battleship, you run into a heavy cruiser, you're basically getting your secondaries all the time. And here's the build, right? We're running Auxiliary Armaments Mod 2. We're going all in on these secondaries. Concealment, of course, trying to get that nice pairing of concealment and secondaries. I'm running steering gears, but honestly, Prop Mod has me interested just because of wanting to use islands and accelerating, that kind of thing is quite nice to have. I don't think Damage Control System Mod 2 is worth it, honestly, on this line. just because you have these fast damage control teams, right? 38-second reload on this build right here, considering I believe we have a flag. That's why we're getting that little bit extra. But usually 40-second reload time. It's very nice to have. Secondary battery mod, pretty standard. Damage control system mod 1, pretty good. You could think about Hydro mod, but I haven't run it here. And auxiliary armaments mod. That is what I'm running so far, and it's been a ton of fun. But just to let me show you where you're getting a bunch of damage in, if you angle like this, yeah, you're getting your secondaries off. It's all good, but yeah, this is a large weak spot, right? So that's what you're gonna have to worry about. I've thought about going stern in a little more often. You can see that the weak spot is far less here. We do get a 32 mil deck, right? So we get decent ability to bounce shells from the stern. So I've been considering doing the stern in play rather than the bow in play. But given your concealment and your ability to push, you're probably going to be bow in a lot more. So just be aware, you're taking a lot of damage here for sure. But a much smaller superstructure than its counterparts, right? Let's just flip over to the Freddy real quick. Yeah, that's a pretty large difference in superstructure size. So you're a little weaker on your hull, but you don't have this massive weak spot that the normal German battleships have. And just to round it out real quick, I'll show you what the Schlieffen looks like with its armor real quick. It looks like it's going to be a lot tankier, just because, yeah, 60 and 100 here, and it goes much higher up. So you still have this little weak point of 27, but that's going to be much harder to hit than what the Prince Ruprecht has to deal with. You do get a bigger superstructure because of this, though, and of course you do also get a 50mm deck instead of 32, so much tankier overall, but at tier 10 with 76,000 HP, not the best, of course, but I'm very excited to try this thing out. After playing the Prince Ruprecht, I cannot wait to get my hands on the Schlieffen. So expect that to come when these ships finally release. But for now, Prince Ruprecht is a ton of fun, and the entire line so far seems pretty good. I have only played one game in the Z10. I was very excited to play this thing, but you can expect a video on the tier 8 coming up eventually. But my first game didn't go so well, so we'll see how that turns out in the future. But for now, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Okay, Arc Warrior, Jamie Whitaker, thanks for joining in, folks. Glad to see you could participate. Okay, so there's one other, like you've seen us play this game with the Ruprecht. We pulled off a win. Just give you an idea of what we managed to do with the ship, or the similar type of build that you just seen in the video. And 47 main battery hits, 1 torpedo. Destroyed, set on fire. I was surprised. The IFHE, but this is only a very small sample. So this case study, it's one game. But when you use IFHE, your fire rate is supposed to be reduced, but I got more fires than I ever got. So go figure. Just doesn't make any sense. But take a look for yourself here. So here we have 47 main battery hits, 1 torpedo hit, destroyed 1. But look at 8 fires. Like, I was getting more fires with IFHE, which reduces your fire chance by 50%, I believe, than when I was without IFHE. And using an HE modifier. So go figure. Just does not make any sense. Go back to port. So I think what I'm going to do here right now is just one more video, and then we're going to go back into battle with this ship. And the video this time I think will be Mr. Lord Mountbatten. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Let's see what his take on this is. It's not going to be a long video. So he put out this video on October 7th. Okay, any questions, comments, just throw in chat. And remember, Bob's your uncle.
Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. And today we have the new German battlecruiser Prince Rupert in port to review for you guys today. With the release of the 10.9 patch or update, we have these ships now in early access, these German battle cruisers. And there's a couple cool things with how they've changed up the early access event that we'll talk about in a minute. But before we get much further, huge shout out to the patrons. Their names should be popping up on screen about here. Without their support, this review would not be possible. As many of you know, I am not a CC. I get zero support from Wargaming. So all reviews are funded via ad revenue from the channel and from donations from these generous patrons. If you want to support the channel, it's the best place to do so, besides of course just watching the videos and streams. So head on over to the Patreon if you wish to do that.
I'm going to move this forward in the video just to kind of get to more of the meat of the topic.
Available completely for free in an update or two, but I like the changes. It takes the gambling completely out of it. I appreciate that, Wargaming. Keep it up. Don't let this be the one good time that you do this and then slip back into your old ways. Anyway, the Rupert. So, I haven't played her yet. Beyond reading what they've done to her on the dev blog, I don't know much about this ship. So today we're going to look at her quirks and features, go over her stats, and I'll let you guys know how she plays after taking her
no
into
need
battle
looking
for a
at
couple
this stuff.
hours.
Let's
So
move
go
it ahead. Maybe we can get him to put into battle here and get his impressions from an actual battle. Well, let's see maybe how he outfitted
Deckline
his.
ship. Okay, did that change the armor at all? No, the armor layout is still the same. Okay, cool. So now she has 63,900 hit points, 23% torpedo damage reduction. For her guns, she has 8 and 900 meters a second or fighter. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and put a build on here and reconvene with you guys here in a moment. Alrighty, she has been moduled and kitted out. So, no surprise, I'm going with the secondary build, of course. So we went with Auxiliary Armaments Mod 1 to keep those secondaries in the fight. Damage Con 1 because fires are terrible. Secondary Battery Mod 1 to get that DPM down and that range up. Damage Con Mod 2 because fire.
Okay, so here he's taking Damage Control System Mod 2. I took Steering Gears Mod. And I believe Potato Quality took Steering Gears Mod for this fourth slot as well.
Fires still suck. Concealment because being able to run away is a very nice thing. And then Auxiliary Armaments Mod 2 because more secondaries. This of course decreases the reload time. Of course, long range secondaries get the range, although for a little bit shorter, of course, but overall, especially on a ship that has 16-inch guns at 10 guns, and you got so many kilometers. Concealment's now entertaining one, too. So,
okay, this is
how
what we
does this
want. Going to
thing
battle,
do
just
in
too
modern
much
water
talk.
warships?
Any questions,
Well,
comments, throw in
it's
chat,
kind
please.
of in the same boat as the Colombo or the entirety of the Italian battleship line, in that if you can get into that close range engagement, God help whatever it is that you're closing in on, because oh my God, this is beautiful. This, if the whole line is like this, which I'm pretty sure it is, because the Motka feels exactly the same way. That's the tier 4 that they gave out for all Twitch Prime members a few weeks ago. Then I think we have quite the line here, boys. It's very satisfying to play. It is probably the best line for close-in engagement, except for the main German battleship line. And they did a really good job of creating a line that does the same thing that the main line does, but with a little bit of a twist on it. So what is that twist? Well, first off, the ships themselves are nowhere near as tanky as the German battleships. You'll see throughout this video, I get hit from, of course, an angle where if I was in something like the FDG, or of course any of the other mainline German battleships, the shells probably would have ricocheted, or bounced, or shattered, or would have done near as the same amount of damage as you take here with these ships. They're still pretty tanky though, but of course not like the mainline. So you can afford to go after a ship in a one-on-one engagement, and you'll probably come out on top. But under multiple ships at the same time, as you'll see happen later on in this video, you'll see that the health quickly begins to whittle away. So there is that. But they feel really, really, really good in terms of maneuverability. They're a lot quicker than the mainline German battleships. The rudder responds much faster, of course, and that's a very, very, very much nice piece of equipment to have in your toolkit when you're going in for a close-in engagement. So maneuverability and the armor of this ship, they get pretty good marks. It feels like a battle cruiser. Battle cruisers are that blur between battleships and large cruisers, although this 16-inch guns, you could argue it's a battleship, but for what a battle cruiser is supposed to be, it feels like it. They've done a very good job of making a ship line that feels like a battle cruiser. And I mentioned this too when the Constellation came out. So again, good job there with the feel of the ship. So performance in game, the main battery.
Now, this ship's got half-decent Torp angles. That's one of the benefits of this ship, and I'll show you in a game. We'll do another game right after this video. The ship does have half-decent, so when you're going bow on, you can, similar to the Otago as far as how you can utilize your torps. And that's what isn't, but where this Ruprecht differs from its Tier 10 counterpart, the Schlieffen, is the Schlieffen has a much better armor setup than this, especially on the front bow.
Guns. Are they German inaccurate? Kind of, sort of. You'll see in this match I had here, and this match was one of the matches where I had more consistent dispersion. They don't fly all over the place like the Germans used to do before they gave them the American battleship dispersion. Now, I was expecting like Bismarck and Tirpitz level dispersion from the Ruprecht here, but you don't really get that. You get pretty darn good dispersion. I've played 4 games in the Ruprecht so far, and it seems to be the same story in those games. Now, in this match, I had a little bit better than average compared to the other 3 matches dispersion with the guns here, but they feel definitely good. A lot better than I remember the FDG and the Bismarck and Tirpitz being back when I grinded through the Bismarck and FDG before the buff to the dispersion, and back when I played the Tirpitz before the dispersion, when you had the shells that would go nowhere near the target at all. But they feel really, really good, especially for a German ship. And I did have to throw a lot of HE around this match because, again, you have.
Not sure why he's not laying some torps on this guy and then swinging around the other side and doing the same thing.
Watching here, but there's more than a few situations.
It's his
where
game.
They're angled enough to where you simply can't pin their armor like a Soviet battleship or a bow in any tier 9 ship and above that has 32 millimeters of bow armor. You gotta load HE and throw HE in their face, and the shells landed, it felt like, more times than they didn't, and fires were started, and when I had to use the AP, the guns delivered, and they found their marks quite reliably. They hit the target. I'm not saying Citadel every shot, but they hit the target, which is more than what you normally get with a German mainline battleship. So
it waited too long for those tarps.
30-second reload on 8 16-inch guns. I was worried about that at first, but it really became a non-issue. Plus, as adrenaline rush kicks in, who cares? You're going to have a freaking 25-second reload on these guns because of the way that the ship's going to take damage once you get into the fray. Speaking of adrenaline rush, take a look at the new HUD, shiny new HUD. I really like it. It lets you know what commander skills are active when they're inactive, and it's very informative, very clean looking. I do believe there's a way you can get the timer number to pop up on the fire indicator there. So good clean HUD. I really like the new HUD, the HUD rework. Okay, so the guns feel very good. The secondaries, what about the secondaries? So in this match, by the time this match is over with, I got a grand total of 405 secondary hits. So without IFHE on those secondaries, I did 105,000 damage from the secondaries. Whew.
So you hear that? He got 105,000 damage on the secondaries. He's got a total of 126,000 total damage. So off the main guns, he's only gotten about 20,000 K. All the rest has been off the secondaries.
Ooh, that's a lot, especially without IFHE. Now, a good amount of that is, of course, because of the fires that the secondaries hit, but 60,000 damage from that 105,000 damage mark is from just pins. Now, granted, this is Tier 9, and I was shooting at a fair few DDs for a good chunk of the match, and then a couple of cruisers too there, but for non-IFHE secondaries, that's freaking very, very, very good. So, of course, with IFHE, you know, when I had the Musashi under the gun, might have been a couple instances where it could have pinned a bit more. So, sure, might have been a little bit higher in terms of the pin damage, but then you're going to lose that fire chance, of course, because IFHE cuts your fire chance in half there. So, the secondaries on this thing are awesome. The firing angles are really, really, really good. Again, you'll see that throughout the match. There's a couple of points where I'm pretty steeply angled to a couple of ships, and there's still secondaries flying out all over the place. Speaking of firing angles, the number 4 turret on the Ruprecht canned 360, which is freaking amazing in a ship that is this maneuverable. It's so nice to be able to swing the ship around, you know, as hard as I need to dodge shots or angle my armor to the best of my abilities, and that number 4 turret is still on target or about to come up on target. Now, number 3 can't do that, sad panda, but having that 4th turret be there is great. So, good fire angles actually from the ship. Now, are they ultra amazing? No, they're still pretty German, especially for the number 3 turret, but I never found myself in a situation where I was annoyed that I couldn't get my guns on target like you can find yourself in a lot of times with like GK and FDG. So, as far as the firepower on the ship goes, it's excellent. 16-inch German AP is it can slap. It can and it does slap. All right, the torpedoes. Throughout the night, I didn't really use them too much. I kind of forgot they were there, but you have 12-kilometer torp. So if they're in your main battery range, they're in your torp range, and you'll see me try to use them here later on in this clip, where you know, ships in my secondary range is kind of coming toward me. I'm trying to kite him, so I'm throwing some torps here and there, trying to predict the ship's movements. But you know, I got a couple of torpedo hits throughout the night doing this. I didn't get in a situation where I got a drive-by where I could use the torpedoes, but of course they're fantastic in that. I've said that multiple times. And this is I believe the first full German battleship tech tree that most of the ships have torpedoes on them. That's, you know, no other battleship tech tree has that except for the Germans with the Gneiss now at tier 7. So they're very useful. Airstrikes, I actually didn't run across any submarines. I saw them in the queue, but I had 4 matches in a row without any subs. But I didn't get to use that. But it's I think it's just the standard tier 9 airstrike. You get 2 planes in the squadron. They drop 6 bombs each, and you get 2 charges. But I didn't run across any subs, so I didn't really get to use it. AA, not the best AA. Had a couple of CV games. When you're with other ships, you have enough AA to annoy the CV, but definitely not enough to stick out on your own. And plus, you don't have DFA or anything to boost that, so yeah. Maneuverability, we already talked about this. The ship is very maneuverable. It's very nice to have a ship that can rock and roll at...
Very maneuverable. What Kool-Aid's he drinking? Holy moly. That's not been my mileage so far.
33 knots with the speed flag. And again, it's very maneuverable. The rudder shift time is very good. 15-second space. You can build into that if you want to. You have a really maneuverable battleships here. Concealment, 13.6 kilometer concealment, the current build I'm running. You can build into that. Now, this is something you could do. You could take, what skill is that? The main battery booster for when they close quarters combat. You could take close quarters combat off of my build and slap the concealment expert build on commander skill on here, and your firing range for your secondaries and your concealment range would pretty much be the same. So literally, when you pop up on a target, you're there in your secondary range. So you could do that. I like the main battery reload booster because it gives the guns that bit more of an oomph in a fight, because you can get your shells out that much quicker. I know it's only 10%, but hey, in a brawl, seconds matter. So I might pop that on later on, sometime when I'm playing this line down the road. See how it works. I'm sure it would be freaking hilarious. Just pop up on a ship and you're already within your secondary range. So overall, the Ruprecht, it's a fun ship. This is
It's okay. He's done well damage wise this game, 202k. But, this is where I say but, 7/8 or 6/8 at least of the damage that he's gotten in this game is strictly from the secondary battery. You heard me correct, folks. A minimum of 6/8 of all the damage that he derived from that game for a total of 202,000 was strictly from the secondaries. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, folks. Okay. So what we're going to do now is go to the live screen, look at the Ruprecht. You can see it. I haven't put permanent camo on it. I'm probably not going to. May in the future. I don't know if I'm going to keep this one. Well, I tend to keep my 9s and 10s anyways. But I got a crap load of friggin' camo I can use anyways. But I'm going to wait till tier 10, the Schlieffen, and put a permanent camo on that. So containers, what do we have here? We got 2 containers. Let's see what we've got here. Flags. You can always use flags. Next container. More flags. What did I tell you? Okay, let's take some resources, see what we can get here. 3 bags of coal would be really nice here. Come on, it's close to Christmas. 3 bags of coal. Second best. Free XP, 1 bag of coal. And some flags. Commander XP always comes in handy, especially, and I say especially since they changed the captain points from 19 to 21. They made the number 20 and 21 legs of upgrading your captain, especially a 21 leg. Like, these guys are just too friggin' much. They just made it a little too much. So here we are. Random battle. Let's go in now. Tier 9 German battle cruiser? The real definition of a battle cruiser, I guess, depending on who you're talking to. The Prince Ruprecht, Tier 9 German. So we're waiting to go in. We're still waiting to go in. And we're going in. Oh my. Oh my. Yepper doodle. Okay, so this is we got a tier 8 DD on each side, the only and a tier 8 battleship on each side. Then the rest are 9 and 10. Okay, so this has a tough time when it's up tiered because of the armor layout in the front of the ship. So this is going to be a tough battle for us. So let's see what happens. Especially if Petro can just friggin' hammer the crap out of us. So let's see what happens. Let's look at the map. Okay, no choice but to go C on this one.
Action stations.
Let our team know this is our intentions. And that's it, boys. We really need to use island cover with this ship. We have some, not a lot. We're going to slow down our speed and slowly move up till we know where everybody is here.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship. All stations, reporting the position of a strategic target. All forces, provide cover for that target.
Enemy destroyer detected.
Good show.
He was toast quicker than we can shoot at. Oh well, we tried. We tried. Well, they're down one, we're down nothing, so looking good so far.
All forces, capture that area.
Come on, DD, get in there. Got a friggin' Fletcher. Come on, pal. Or Z46. Z46.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Torps, they
All
only have
forces,
so much
capture that
range,
area.
okay. What we're gonna do is cut across towards B, get in a little bit further. This thing is slow getting its friggin' speed up.
All stations, proceed to capture that area.
Look at the planes, boss. Where's that friggin' DD? Is he gonna beach himself? Yeah. No, we'll be able to hit anything from there.
All
We'll see.
stations, concentrate fire on the... Get back! Get back! All stations, reporting the position of a
Nothing
strategic
ahead.
target.
Torpedoes,
Friggin'
direct front.
pathetic on this.
Enemy battleship detected. Enemy cruiser sighted.
Ah,
Aircraft
friggin'
carrier sighted.
hit nothing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, we lucked out
Enemy
there.
cruiser sighted.
We lucked out
Enemy
there,
destroyer
buddies.
detected.
Not so much that time. Come on. Slow reload.
Enemy cruiser sighted. Enemy
Come
battleship
on.
sighted.
Teammate, I need your support.
Friggin' Ohio's gonna cremate us.
Nice work.
Who knows?
Affirmative.
Who knows?
Enemy cruiser
What
detected.
the frig? Nothing hit? How's he move so quickly?
Enemy battleship detected.
Give me a friggin' break.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Why's our DD not? Well, they're down 3, we're down 2. 792.
Enemy destroyer
Back to that
detected.
crap again.
Get back.
Oh, right. This thing handles like a friggin' stuck pig, man.
Get back.
It's gonna be out of range by the time I can friggin' get a shot off. Unbelievable. Unfriggin' believable. Hello, let's move.
Nice work.
Well, pilgrims,
Provide anti-aircraft fire support.
in the Ohio and the Congress, they got my numbers, buddies. Friggin' Congress, look at the damage he did. Thank God the friggin' Ohio didn't hit us. Can't hit anything from here. Too far away. Too far away. Come on, Fletcher, let's get the C cap, buddy. Look at the bleeding speed turning. Holy moly. 792 damage. Friggin' almost 8 minutes into the game. Good job, Fletcher. Finally. Get that cap, son. Okay, there, Yamato's down. Okay, we're looking good now. We're down only
Our team
2,
is
they're
taking
down
the lead.
5. Ah, crap. Midway took out our Fletcher.
Requesting support.
Freaking guns really are not that great. Count one hit. Just one friggin' hit, that was it. 8 friggin' guns, 1 hit. Turrets will take forever to get around. We won't do anything on the Iowa. Oh, where's this friggin' tiger? Okay, there's the turbines.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Oh, friggin' snail of a reload. Come on, Torps. Still friggin' gets a good hit though.
Enemy aircraft carrier sighted. Enemy battleship sighted.
Holy moly, this takes forever to reload.
Torpedoes, dead ahead! The ship is on fire!
Friggin' all of them missed. All of them friggin' missed. Can you believe it? 38 seconds. Holy frick. Torpedoes just wiped us out. We got to check our secondaries though. 174 secondaries. Not bad. Only 24 main battery hits. See, the Congress is tier 8. Just friggin' hammered the crap out of us. This ship, the armor's not that great. I should have changed the 2 sets of torps there. I should have changed them up a bit. That would have helped. But what can you do? Torp his toes. Torps. He's gonna eat a lot of torps. No, that's it. That's
Attention.
all.
Reporting the target position.
Okay.
Our victory
Carolina
is
took
in
him
sight.
up.
Nice work.
Carolina's got a heal. Okay, we're gonna get a win no matter how you slice this. The only thing that's left is this Tiger, which my torps weren't ready, so I couldn't get a second bank of torps from the other side off. Otherwise, I may have gotten lucky against him. But they're slow torps, depending on how maneuverable he is. They're easy to friggin' get around. Because they have a 1.2 kilometer detection range on these torps. And at 50 knots, it's not very fast. I have to remember next time for these torps in a situation like that to increase the potentialities or probabilities of a hit. So not as good a game as last time, but we did get 174 main battery hits. Or sorry, secondary hits. Now, 24 main battery hits. Traditionally, I say usually I average 1K or less per hit, so that means at least 50% of our damage here probably is from the secondaries. We got 2 fires as well, probably near close to the bottom, yeah. But everybody very close here anyway, so that's all it is. That's what she is, and what more can I say? Let's do another battle in this ship, and let's test her out. Okay, we got another container. See what we got here. What do we have here? Flags. Camo that I don't need. And this, I should start selling this stuff off. Free XP. Let's go get some resources now. Oh, I got some credits. Nice. Nice. Okay, 2-bagger of coal, free XP, did well. I go for resources all the time. I find I get best value, and it's stuff that I'm going to use day in, day out, so makes more sense. All that's to do with potential. Server is overloaded. This has been happening a lot lately. Like, what's going on with these birds? Oh, crap. As they said, and everybody loves Raymond, the old man sitting in the chair. Holy crap, he says. Obviously, never forgot that moment. Okay, so 8, 9, and 10. So this is a tough spread of ships. for us to play against. Tier 9 just 63.9, which is the same as the Tier 8 for a hit pool. Really makes this ship more like a Tier 8 than a Tier 9, especially how the main battery guns pan out. Okay, from where we are, it's a mix. We've got to go C, which really is not good with the ship layout and the opposition for us, but that's where we're going to need help. So this may be a quick match, and if it's a quick match, we're going to go for a smoke break right after it. Okay, Baltimore, you guys having a little nap. Hopefully you'll be in the game soon. Try not to friggin' bump them too hard here. Look how long that takes. Holy crap. Holy moly.
Roger.
You really need a secondary build on this ship, otherwise it will not work for you. No matter how you slice and dice it, baby. Question, comments, throw in the chat. You can comment about anything and I'll respond. May not have time to type it out, but you know, we can do a verbal. We can do a verbal. Can you believe it? Like Ricochet? What the frig? Ricochet? What's he talking about? I have no friggin' idea. Friggin' state your business. Don't talk riddles. And if you're gonna talk riddles, make sure they're good ones. A little cranial energy in there. Okay, we got a Veneto and a St. Louis. Something's here at sea. I have no idea what. What kind of DD we got here? Roosevelt, good DD, good guns. 130 millimeters? I think so. Okay, it's a gearing. Target priority. No doubt about it. Better check for torps here. What the frig? Oh, Minotaur. Minotaur beat the crap out of us. Come on, buddy. Load up, will ya?
Enemy battleship sighted.
Got one fire on him. We'll take that. Thank you. Friggin' Iowa's got us here. Not much we can do. This friggin' thing's vulnerable from the front. Be better off with my ass out there. Yeah, believe it or not. Wide load coming through. See if they go where I'm aiming at. Bad habit when the ship disappears, you aim at something, then the shells go nowhere near where you're aiming. It's just friggin' ludicrous. Something wrong with the friggin' mechanics in the game. They haven't fixed it. Bring out all these friggin' mediocre ships and don't take care of the real business. Smarten up, I say. Come on, guns, let's go. We're gonna hit anything here? Let's check it out. Yep. Nothing friggin' hits. Not one friggin' volley hit. What the frig? That's friggin' pathetic. Just friggin' pathetic.
Enemy battleship sighted.
Look at the dispersion. Friggin' pathetic. Oh my. What are you gonna do? Where are those secondaries going at the military? It's getting friggin' boring with this ship.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Come on, turn. We don't want to friggin' eat these friggin' shells. We're gonna eat them anyways.
Main turret critically damaged.
Enemy battleship sighted.
What a friggin' pig. This thing is so slow to react. What gives here?
Problem solved, sir.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
Some hits on the gearing. Friggin' Iowa just hammering the crap out of this. Got another fire alert.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Who the frig citadel us at this angle? Friggin' probably, this thing is just friggin' pathetic. As I said, the armor scheme is friggin' pathetic. Even when you're angled.
Torpedoes astern. Torpedoes astern.
See what I mean? Even that angle, friggin' Iowa, just still friggin' managed to nail the crap out of us. Okay, let's turn around the other way. Let's go. Hopefully before Christmas. Hey, see, look at the dispersion there. Just friggin' atrocious. I'm taking a chance of throwing some torps down that way.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
Friggin', lucky I'm. Friggin' Iowa's just gonna wipe me off the map. And look at how I'm angled. Doesn't matter, baby. Can't do much about it. Well, we gotta get out of here. We gotta try and heal up a bit. We've only got 2 heals left. Otherwise,
Enemy
we're
battleship
toast.
detected. Enemy cruiser sighted.
At least something's hitting our
The enemy
secondaries.
team
are
has
at least
taken the
hitting.
lead.
You gonna run into his Venito or what? Close. Gonna be close, baby. Yeah, he's friggin' bad. We gotta heal. We're not gonna last another volley. We're gonna be toast, especially with this Iowa. guns. Let's go.
Enemy battleship detected.
Montana, lay off the friggin' juice there, buddy. Lay off the gas pedal. We need a bunch of friggin' torps.
Don't fire at your allies.
Enemy destroyer
I only got
sighted.
3 ships left. That's it.
Enemy cruiser detected.
I'm not gonna let our Montana's toast now. Well, this game's gonna be over soon, folks. Got one more hit, and I may be toast. This one right here.
Enemy battleship sighted. Enemy destroyer
Yeah, nobody hit
detected.
me. Isn't that something? Holy moly. Nothing hit. Oh my.
The ship is on fire.
I'm not gonna last. This is friggin' pathetic. Good night. Very, very
enemy
weak
is about to
armor.
win.
They should have the hit pool at least another 5K minimum. They really friggin' dropped the ball with this ship. For a battle cruiser, Still get more secondary, and this, why the secondary building this ship is so important. We get more secondary hits than we do main battery hits. Like, the dispersion on this thing is friggin' pathetic. The arcs on the shells are very similar to an American battleship. But I gotta tell you, IFHE works better than just with friggin' an HE modifier. Who would have thunk, eh? Who would have thunk? Okay, we're probably close to the bottom here, but I don't know. Our team really friggin' just collapsed 2-2. Oh, this is pathetic. I'm 3rd overall. Give me a friggin' break. Goes to show you how bad we friggin' played that game. Holy moly. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Yeah, so I start off with a 63.9K hit pool, receive 93.4K in damage, and that goes to show you how careful you need to be with the ship. Let's see what the yeah, look at that. See, if I look at the Iowa, only 12 main battery hits and 34 secondary hits. That tells you something. Let's look at the Minotaur. 8 hits with the main battery. Actually wasn't in range for the secondaries enough. St. Louis. Main battery, 3 hits. That's it. Benito. Okay, the Shimakaza. I got more. Look at the damage I got with secondary hits. If I'd have stayed closer, but you don't want to stay too close to a Shimakaza, especially a thing that friggin' handles like this piece of crap. I shouldn't say that. For the right person, this ship probably could do well, but it's exclusive to a very few play styles. Trust me on that. Nonetheless, we're going to take a smoke break, then come back. And I don't think I'm going to play this ship anymore today. Maybe we should. Let's showcase the ship. Let's showcase the ship. What do you say, folks? If you think so, say aye in chat. If you don't think so, say nay. C'est la vie, gentlemen. We will be back. Okay, we're back. We're going to do one last battle in the Ruprecht. We've showcased that ship, or this ship, this morning. And let's see what we can make out of her. As you've noticed, it's very dependent upon the map and everything else. Just much more so than other ships. Like the Tier 9 Siegfried, German heavy cruiser. I'll take that any day over this ship. Any day. Absolutely. And same with the Auger. If I'm going to make a choice, what I'm going to play out there, and I'll do that. I go Siegfried, go Auger. But of course, I like the heavy cruisers to begin with, and I prefer cruiser play overall. So why is this taking so long? Okay, we're finally going in the battle queue. Let's see what we're up against this shortly. Tier 9 top to bottom. Okay. We got Iowa Lion. Lion's got good HE. Jean Bart, good HE. Pommern's got great guns. Great ship. Now, the Pommern, from my perspective, is a more ideal battle cruiser than the Ruprecht is at Tier 9. That's my opinion. That's my experience. And I'm sticking with it.
General quarters.
We're going A, letting our team know.
Affirmative.
Okay, 4 destroyers on each side. They've got a Benham too. It can kick out more friggin' torpedoes than a friggin' Pez dispenser did in the 1970s. And quicker. Abso-friggin-lutely. Okie dokie. Okay, we're going to be live again tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. New York time, so if you can join in, would definitely like the company.
Enemy battleship detected.
One shell hit or no? Not even a single shell. Just to show you how the
Enemy
dispersion is
cruiser
on this thing.
detected.
Come on, let's get another shot and let's see if we can hit with some. Oh, absolutely. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All stations requesting fire on the concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
He's toast. Good. Good job,
show.
folks.
Good game, everyone. All stations reporting the position of a strategic target. Good show.
Friesland can definitely hit us from where he is. Okay, Friesland's toast. We got a hit on the Groningen, which is another Friesland, basically, just in a different name.
Enemy battleship detected.
Come on. Freaking way off.
Acknowledged.
Come on, guns, let's go. Too far. He's gonna friggin' outrun my guns. You sash, he just nailed me. Oh no, I finally got a hit in the friggin' Palmer. Nice. What have we got, a cyclone coming in? Ah, another waste of friggin' time. That's gonna friggin' ruin everything. Oh my.
Concentrate fire on the designated target. need to capture that area. I need intelligence data. All forces, capture that area. Affirmative. Roger. Much obliged. Support the Allied target. That was a great battle. Support the Allied target. Teammate, I need your support. Roger. Requesting assistance.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Nice work. Our victory is in sight. Torpedoes, dead ahead! Torpedoes, dead ahead! Hull breach. We're taking on water quickly.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
Problem solved, sir. Our victory is in sight. The ship is on fire.
Enemy destroyer foundered.
So the guy in the friggin' Pomeran wanted to report me for doing nothing. At the B cap alone against 2 DDs, when we got a friggin' cyclone, you can't see anything for almost half the game. What a friggin' dope. Not much you can do, folks. Some people just gotta mind their own business sometimes. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Can't do much, folks. So listen, guys, thanks for watching. We're back live tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. New York time. So till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you soon. Take care for now and have a great day, great evening, whatever the case may be, depending on where you are. Ciao for now.